left to the NPP to the detriment of your party?
Let me just clarify. It's not that the president's policies have created the poverty. The poverty was an inevitable circumstance of the economic collapse. But the idea is of government in place is to protect the most vulnerable and the poorest. That's what the IMF told us. So forget about what Kusum is saying. The IMF told us, protect the poor, because that's what the IMF has seen for over half a century of doing this in various countries, right? They've seen that the poorest people suffer the most. And this is not that the IMF is some kind of altruistic organization. They understand that if the poorest people are struggling, that creates political instability, which in turn risks their own program.
This was personified in what transpired in Greece.
In Greece, exactly the same thing. So Greece, in fact, the IMF in Greece came out and apologized for their own policies. They said that we underestimated the growth, we underestimated the amount of people in poverty, etc. Now, when you talk about the plan that Mr. Wickremesinghe has presented, the Theravada trading economy, right? So there was an article by Professor W. Vijayawardena, so independent economist, nothing to do with me, nothing to do with SJB.
Former deputy governor of the central bank.
Former central banker, former deputy governor of the central bank. He rubbished the Theravada trading economy. He said it's just it's a branding exercise, right? So this whole project of Mr. Wickremesinghe's presidency has been a branding exercise. It's about rebranding him as some sort of national leader who has the country's best interests at heart, who is the only man with a plan. And we've been asked to forget about his long history of economic management and failure. Now, in 2015 alone, he tried this exact same game of doing a revenue-based fiscal consolidation. They passed the Inland Revenue Act in 2018. Sri Lanka's tax to GDP barely went over 12%. I don't think it even reached 12%. So this is Mr. Wickremesinghe's most recent record. And we mentioned the last 2 years as well, right? So in terms of his